how are you, my dear students? Today I have also select new chapter. Here's the new chapter, basically biological type and biology based chapter. I have also selected chapter 4. Here's the chapter 4 is the title is the reproduction in plants. Basically reproduction in plants. It's also very important topics, I hope. Now please everyone open the books. Here's also the chapter 4. If you observe, you will see a great deal of seeds is produced from a plant. From the seeds more new plants are produced. Besides, many plants are produced from different parts of plant. These all are examples of reproduction of plants. Here I have also drawn it up. Basically, this structure is the very important chart. Please everyone write this. It's also first category is the reproduction. I have also write reproduction. Reproduction basically two types. First type is the asexual reproduction and second is the sexual reproduction. Here's the asexual reproduction. First category is the two types. First type is the formation of spores. Second type is the vegetative reproduction. So, asexual reproduction, I have also selected two categories. First is the formation of spores and second is the vegetative reproduction. Here's the formation of spores. Basically, they are also the fungal type structure, and the vegetative reproduction, they have also the two types. Again, they are also two types. First type is the natural vegetative reproduction, and the second is the artificial vegetative reproduction. Here's the natural vegetative reproduction. They are also again the four types. First type is the segmentation, second is the through root, third is the modified stem, and fourth is the from leaves. My dear students, very important here. Again, the modified stem, they are basically first category is the tuber, second is the rhizome, third is the bulb, fourth is the stolon, five is the offset. Here again I also introduce about the reproduction is the lesson 1 to 3. Again, lesson 1 to 3, they are also the first category is the reproduction. Every organism of the world tends to keep its descendants before it dies. This is a natural phenomenon. The complex process by which an organism produces its offspring is known as reproduction. It is of two categories. One is sexual reproduction, while another is called asexual reproduction. Today I have also introduced about the asexual reproduction. First, asexual reproduction. Asexual reproduction is a mode of reproduction by which offspring arise from a single parent and inherit the genes of that parent only. It is reproduction which does not involve meiosis, fertilization. The offspring will be exact genetic copies of the parent. Asexual reproduction is mostly found in lower graded living beings. Asexual reproduction is of two types. For example, again I also repeat, spore reproduction and second is the vegetative reproduction. First category is the formation of spores. Here's the formation of spores. The tendency of asexual reproduction by spore production is found mainly in lower graded plants. The modified somatic cells of the plant body produce organs which contains spores. These are known as spore case or sac or sporangium. I have also drawn the mucor. Here's also the mucor is the fungal type. Basically, they are also this type again, and is also the category is the spores again, and also this category is the name is the sporangium. A fully formed sporangium generally bears numerous spores, but sometimes sporangium bear a single spore. Spore may develop outside the sporangium. These are known as exospores. When they These spores are outer layer. The another name is the exospores. Some exospores are known as conidium. Mucor reproduces asexually by forming enormous numbers of microscopic spores inside sporangium. Penicillium reproduces by formation of conidia. In the mucor and penicillium, etc., they are also the example of the fungal disease and also the fungal structure. In the recent we also heard the word basically black fungus is also the breed and also the hybrid also. Another category is the black fungus is also very dangerous types of the fungal disease. Now, second category is the vegetative reproduction. Here's the vegetative reproduction. I also explain. Asexual reproduction takes place by vegetative reproduction structure, i.e. with the formation of spore or gametes. This type of reproduction is known as vegetative reproduction. In that case, any organ may be modified or the fragmentation of any portion of the body may occur. When the vegetative reproduction occurs in natural way or spontaneously, it is called natural vegetative reproduction. When it occurs artificially, then it is called artificial vegetative reproduction. Natural vegetative reproduction. Vegetative reproduction that take place naturally by different methods. Segmentation. Generally, this type of reproduction is seen in lower plants. For example, if fragmented, each part of Spirogyra, mucor, etc. grows into a new plant and live independently. Through root. Some plants are grow from the roots. Example, shagun, teak, petal, etc. Some roots are fat and juicy. Buds are grown on the surface and from these buds new plants grow. Example, sweet potato. Now, modified stem. You must know which part of the plant body is known as stem. In some cases, stems are modified. Some of these methods, stems have no resemblance with true stem for their appearance and positions. These modifications occur in order to protect from adverse conditions, to ensure storage of food or the vegetative reproduction. These modifications are given below. First category is the tuber. Stem tubers are formed by outgrowths from the lowest axillary parts which turn downwards into the soil. Eventually, the tip of the underground stem fills with stars and swells rapidly to form a tuber. Tubers are distinguished by their origin and the presence on the surface of the scale leaves and axillary parts, which form the eyes. From each eye, an individual plant grows, for example, potato. Third is the rhizome. Rhizome lies parallel inside the soil. Like stem, it bears distinct node and internode. Internode bears, I just also draw basically node and internode. This structure I have also draw. Basically this structure is the node and also two category is the difference between the internodes. Now, internodes bears scale leaves and axillary parts. They become fatty and juicy by stored food. In favorable condition, this buds grows into individual plant, for example, ginger. Bulb. These are very small stems. New plants grow on their axillary and terminal buds. Example, onion, garlic, etc. Stolon. You may have seen aram stolon. These are branches from aram kochu, basically kochu, and modified for reproduction. Stolon produces buds at the terminal end and thus helps in reproduction. Example, aram, minute, pudina, etc. That minute basically is also the mint. Offset. Water hyacinth and the spirodela, etc. form a very short runner called an offset. Runners grow out horizontally from axillary buds, forming several new plants. After some days, the daughter plants are detached. from mother plants and grow individually. Example, water hyacinth, bulbi. The imperial development of axillary buds of some plants forms round-shaped structure called bulbi. After some time, bulbil is separated from the plant and drops on soil and finally produces new plants. Example, yam. From leaves, the next structure, the formation of spores and the natural vegetative, artificially, etc. The from leaves. From a grounded leaf of a bryophyllum, numerous young bryophyllum grows. You know what's the meaning of bryophyllum? The another very important plants, basically they are also the xerophytes types plants. Example, stone chips, bryophyllum. All the process of vegetative reproduction cited above occurs naturally. The daughter plants that grows from vegetative reproduction has the same characteristics as the parent. So, no new character appears. So, for production of better quality cash crops, artificial vegetative propagation method is used. My dear students, I have also selected basically asexual reproduction. Here's the asexual reproduction. I have just also follow the vegetative reproduction. In the next class, I also explain about the artificial reproduction and also the sexual reproduction. Now, I have also explained the asexual reproduction. First category is the formation of spores and the vegetative reproduction. Here's the formation of spores. We also know the sporangium and the conidia, mucor, spirogyra, etc., etc. Not the spirogyra. Basically, they are also the mucor, the penicillium, and also the sporangium. Next category is the vegetative reproduction. We have also select two categories. First category is the natural vegetation and second is the artificial vegetation. And the natural vegetative reproduction we also explain basically there are four types. First type is the segmentation, second is the throw root, third is the modified stem, and the fourth is the from leaves. Yes, segmentation, the throw root, modified stem, and the from leaves we also explain, give the example. And the modified stem we have also select five types. Here the first type is the tuber, second is the rhizome, bulbil, stolon, offset, etc., etc. and the bulb and bulbil. My dear students, today I have also selected the reproduction types. First, also the asexual reproduction, and we also explain about the vegetative reproduction. I hope everyone also learned clearly. Goodbye, my dear students.